was hoping it wouldn't smell this bad.
What do you mean? I only wore this one night. This isn't. What do you mean? Is it because of the Inferno? Is it because of the raging Inferno behind me? Be honest, chat. Be honest.
What is it you want? You were told to stay out of my sight. I'll assume you're here to tender a resignation.
No! I'm here to stream! This is my stream! It's mine! Why do all the NPCs want me to leave? God damn!
Usually it pays off.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
That's why Timmy's been left in the basement so long. Somebody installed a card swipe. I think Mason probably got in there and installed a card swipe.
It's true.
Card reader on the,
this is canon.
the dungeon, and then Jason just can't get down there.
He's been trying for days.
And, sort things out.
Okay.
That must be the
That's fair.
Logical explanation, because we all know Jason would never like knowingly do anything awful like that. I would.
That's true. That is true.
All right, I fully support that clip. I'm 100%. I everything he said there.
Yeah,
I completely
it's canon.
agree with, and now it will be my. It will be when I tell people.
There we go. Completely
I also
canon.
do enjoy that he has a shirt with his face all over it.
It is a good shirt. I'm not wearing it right now, but
delightful. But I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
This
I wholeheartedly agree with that reaction of my reaction to his reaction. So I'm fully on board with that.
Do it.
Oh, I can't. I just have to, just straight up. And then lights out. The long way in the shop, you on a sausage roll. I can just tell that this is gonna be god awful again. Look at that. That's probably the final painting. This has to be a piss take. I have seen that painting.
You shouldn't be in here, stranger. You better leave before somebody gets hurt.
Wouldn't want anyone getting hurt. And actually, come to think of it, oh my god, why is there such a massive pile of garbage right next to the bin? There's a bin right there. Why is there a big pile of garbage next to the bin? What is wrong with you people? I'm actually looking forward to, there's a Stellaris 4X game. Well, I suppose it's already 4X. Well, everyone's perception not so good. Let's go take a nap. God damn it. Hold on, chat. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I was like, okay, I've got a great plan. We've got this explosive barrel. I didn't think it was gonna wipe the entire goddamn map. Holy crap. It was an unintentional magic trick, but I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ooh! You can still hear me, but you can't see me. Ooh! And then, ready? I'll come back. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Everyone's mind just exploded. Whoa! I'm a wizard. Yay! I told you guys I was a wizard. I told you. I told you. I told you. I don't know why the sound was gone, but the sound should be back now. Welcome, everyone. That's a great way to start it. How are we? Vanguard, hello there. Welcome. No NPC, no hello there, no Isaac. That was rude. Yeah, so apparently the, Right, yeah, that's the problem with these ones. When I press the go live button, it switches it to the countdown scene, and then like mutes all the audio, so you don't just hear me randomly talking at my computer while the and you don't hear like the music while it's counting down. And
You've
then
got to tell them we worked with you. This is a mistake.
No. I don't know who you are. Go away. And then when I press this button, it's just the scene change button. I didn't realize it was, I forgot that it doesn't have the extra thing to change the audio as well. But we've resolved it. We've resolved it, so very good. Also, did you disable the Jingle Jam link? I did not. The Jingle Jam link should still function. Also, why is this moved slightly? Weird. Okay, there we go. That should be fixed. Oh, my arm's gone! Ah! It's back. Don't worry. It's back, chat. Welcome, everyone. How are we? May not be really involved in the stream since I'm playing Hearts of Iron with some friends of mine. Hearts of Iron 4? Is that the one you're playing? Who are you playing as? I haven't played that game in ages. I'm not very good at it. But it's a pretty good game. I just can't play it very well. There's a lot of mechanics that I could just never figure out to, like, I could just never get to work properly. Especially just crossing the ocean. I could never figure out how to get that to work properly. But no, that's alright. I'm worried that there's gonna be like almost, this sounds like a guilt trip instantly. No, I'm worried that there's gonna be like almost no one here because it's a Thursday. And we've been streaming like every day throughout the week, so I'm worried that it's going to be difficult to get through the stream. I'm still miffed that the first one didn't go exactly as I'd hoped, because it was going so well, and then the migraine struck, and I'm worried it'll happen again, but hopefully not. We still have 104 Jingle Jam games and 12 DLC/discount codes left to give away. Yeah, so because it's the last day, I reckon it will be one. I reckon the limit should be one normal game from the extra list, and then 4 Jingle Jam games. How does that sound? So 5 total. They can all be Jingle Jam games if you want, but only one of them can be the extra one. The 4 of them have to be Jingle Jam ones. Because otherwise, yeah, we won't get rid of them. Jingle Jam time. Jingle Jam is great. 4 games from Jingle Jam. I'm going to do that. All right, go for it. There's so many of them there. We need to get rid of them. There's 104 still left. So they need to go. I'm a little bit upset as well that no one is taken back by my sexy legs anymore. Last time everyone came in and was like, sorry, what? What's happening here? But now everyone's prepared for the sexy legs. It's no longer got the wow factor that it used to have, which is a bit upsetting. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? I mean, we could just see who wants the remaining games, give them away auction style. Do you mean just all games in general, or do you mean The Jingle Jam ones, or proportions are all wrong? Is that what you want to hear? You should have bigger hips. They're not though. They're actually not though. I've got a short mid. That's it. The proportions aren't wrong. The Jingle Jam ones. So what would you? Well, how would that work though? Because I don't think there's going to be many people that are actually going to be in chat specifically bidding on games or anything. Because I'm worried there's not going to be many people at all, let alone enough to like do an auction. But yes, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. It is me with my sexy legs. We are still doing the Jingle Jam. We still have things that we have redemptions that we can do. Redemptions. Well, we have incentives. When it comes to the sexy hydration one, I do have a shirt on under this, so I'm not sure exactly what the plan would be, how I'd do that. I mean, I could like undo this, I guess, for the sexy hydration, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll fly by the seat of our pants. We could do it in Discord. People could react to games. Right. So what do you? So would you like put in the name of a game and then? I'm not 100% sure. Like if you want to do that, and you can organize that on your end, then go for it. I just want the games gone. So if people want them, however you want to have that happen. Monkey, hello there. Welcome. It is me. Do you like my sexy legs? That's something that I definitely thought I'd be saying to you. I think you're going to need the some of your emotes, the moan emotes. That's weird. Why did I say that? How you doing? So if I were to put all the links to the games and how many keys, then people can react to each post and I can send keys out. Right, all the links to the games. Okay. I mean, yeah, sure, do it. However you want to do it, just do it. There we go. There's the emotes we're looking for. There we are. That's better. And just to keep things not quite too... We don't want things getting too sexy. So if we want to keep things just a little less sexy, can we have some quantum soups and some wee-wees in the chat, please? Just so we can keep things, you know, equal parts sexy and equal parts... I don't know what else it would be, but there we go. There we go. We've got the... Perfect. We've balanced it out. All is well with the universe again. I can barely even speak tonight. Jeez, my English language comprehension has just disappeared. So I'll post per link in the... No, it's not. Hey, I've moved my table now, so this guy's not going to break my table anymore. He's just going to like hit on the arm of the chair. So we're good. As you may notice that I slightly tweaked it. I'm just going to hold up my my orb. Just if my hand would stop disappearing. I changed things ever so slightly. So now, chat. Oh, this way. Sorry. Everything you say is written in stone. Be careful what you say. Be careful. Be very careful, chat. Yes. The sexy legs are still here because obviously they're my legs. They're my sexy legs. And they're not going anywhere. Well, they could They could if someone had wizard powers, but they're not going anywhere. And I'm here to... I don't know. What am I here to do? Apparently, to seek some eternal truths. Alright, let's see if this is going to work. If we go from one scene to another. Is it going to work? I don't know. Have we planned that far ahead? Nope. Probably not. But it's fine. It's fine. We just got to believe in the heart of the cards. We are doing, okay, some eternal truths. Is everybody ready for some eternal truths? We're really in the mood at the moment. We've set the scene. We're in the great mossy beyond. We're all good. Go. There was gonna be something else there, and then it just turned out to be good. So there we go. Are we ready? I don't know if this is gonna work properly, so everybody hold on to your butts. This could just crash and burn. And if it does, we may need a discreet exit, but I have a scene for that. But I don't want to bring out the discreet exit scene just yet, so we just gotta hope that things go really well and nothing explodes. Alright, here we go, chat. Ah. It worked. Lovely. Are we... Oh, hold on, let's go over here. There we go. That's a bit better. Ecstasy is the truth of mana and of us. By redefining, we self-actualize to navigate...
Stop it. Get some help.
I won't. You all need to know this. This is important. By redefining, we self-actualize to navigate. The quest is to become one with it. We are being called to explore the stratosphere itself as an interface between space-time and choice. Humankind has nothing to lose. Reality has always been overflowing with travelers whose hearts are engulfed in wisdom. Who are we? Where on the great path will we be aligned? Parvati. Oh, like from... Hold on, from like Cyberpunk? Parvati will amplify our connection to internal beauty. We must learn how to lead conscious lives in the face of yearning. Eons from now, we warriors will reflect like never before as we are guided by the solar system. We are in the midst of a mythic summoning of knowledge that will remove barriers to the quantum soup itself. Amen, the quantum soup returns. Our conversations with other pilgrims have led to a condensing of ultra-mystical consciousness. We are at a crossroads of potentiality and materialism. Wisdom is a constant. You and I are seekers of the planet. The goal of atomic ionization is to plant the seeds of healing rather than of selfishness. Amen. Wow. Wow. The quantum soup makes a return. I didn't even plan that. It's just the quantum soup. It is with us, it is in us, it is through us, it is above us, it is right below us. Don't sit on it. And you never know when it's going to rear its lovely head, as the saying goes. So, man. The quantum soup, everyone. Don't do ecstasy, kids. Oh, that's what the stop it was for. Right, because of the ecstasy. That's fair, but truly what we need to be wary of is the quantum soup. My arm's disappearing. The quantum... I've had too much quantum soup! Or is it the ecstasy? It could be the ecstasy. I'm not gonna lie. Drugs are bad, okay. You've clearly been given the wrong drugs. Because whatever drugs you're being given to allow this to exist are not bad ones. Because this is obviously premium entertainment, question mark. Oh my goodness. My robe. Please chat, my robe. It's all... I'm phasing in and out of existence. My robe doesn't want to sit flush on my head. It's a cultist's worst nightmare. Not that this is a cult. Not that there's anything cult related, because we wouldn't allow that in this, our lovely stream. Not a chance.
Whatever they tell you, it is definitely not a cult.
That's right. And if anybody does tell you that it is, then you know that that's a person that you have to immediately ostracize from your entire life. This is how you know that it's not cult related, because a cult would tell you to distance your friends and family. So how's everyone doing today anyway? Have we got our robes? Has everyone got their robes in the mail? I didn't send you any. But if you are a true follower of our Lord and Savior Log, amen, then you would have already ordered your robes. Oh my goodness. Maybe better ones than these ones though, because these ones, they keep... I've got the... Somebody switched my cult robes. Not a cult, by the way, but just cult-like robes. For the cloak of invisibility. Frodo's up here just being like... The orcs are coming! Or is it the Uruk? Or is it both? Dunno. But I ain't dropping no eaves. I'm doing good. You didn't send this? What's this? Is this a euphemism? Man, I need to keep up with the kids' euphemisms these days. I'm so out of touch with reality. Because of the euphemisms, the lack of knowledge of euphemisms, and that's the only reason why. No other reason. Oh, that's better. Why didn't I put it like that before? Now we look truly, truly mysterious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Mysterious. There is a very big difference between suspicious and mysterious, and we walk the line very well. And if anyone for a second thinks that it's suspicious and not mysterious, then you're asking to be banned. The robes, this is the robes I'm wearing. The robes are nice. Had to beat a cult guy up. Well, you're in your own story there. Not the robes I sent, because I didn't send any robes. That's the true reason why. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, chat. Thank you for the suspicious, the very suspicious emotes down there. Thank you very much. What do we want to do, chat? Do we want to go on our pilgrimage now, or do we want to go on the pilgrimage a little bit later? I feel like I want to save the pilgrimage for when there's a couple more people here. But at the same time, I'm not sure if there will be any more people here. I am a little bit sad that we had a golden opportunity the first time we did the Just Suspicious stream, when there was actually like a decent amount of people here. And then because I got a migraine and we've had to do it again at a completely different time towards the end of a week. End of the week, especially on a Thursday, there's just there's not going to be as much zest. I'm here, plus there's more games. I mean, there's always more games. There's always more games. Man, I'm starting to get warm as well. I've got my my Christmas garb on underneath this as well. I have the AC cranked, and it's look, it's doing something, but it's not really doing enough. So we'll see if I just spontaneously combust halfway through or not. That will be the ultimate. No! I'm disappearing again! Stop it! Stop it! I don't know who I'm talking to, but my arm keeps disappearing. That's just not on. Oh, so did anyone see? Is anyone on Twitter? I don't remember if we covered it the other night. I mean, it's probably like made news other places as well, but I know we covered part of it on the on one of the recent streams, but I don't think it had like a resolution yet at that time. Basically, there was a stream. There was a few. There was at least one. And Pete like posted it in the Discord, what I was referring to in the last stream, and there was let's say a largely bosomed lady on Twitch who had the camera cut off right below just where it needed to be, and they got banned. They did get banned. They originally got banned, and that was seemingly the end of the story. It took a while for them to do anything, and then that happened, and it was seemingly the end of the story. Turns out that's not the end of the story. Twitch basically just did a massive backtrack on that and was like, you know what? Tits are natural. They're allowed as long as it's artistic. As long as I don't even I don't know. I don't even know what all the but basically you can do it as long as you're not like, they literally said specifically you can do strip teases and stuff, but I think it was just like you can't have nipples out, I think is basically it. If it's artistic though, you can just hear all the VTubers just going, oh, well then. I mean, to be fair, not all of them, but all the ones that specifically already have that avatar, you know the ones I'm talking about. Now they're just like, well, now I don't need to censor it because it's artistic. They've just been like, they've just gone, well, we're not going to be able to compete with YouTube. Let's try and compete with OnlyFans. Let's get some of them over here. It's like some of our largest viewership bases, I guess, under some of those types of streamers. So let's just go all in. Why not? This whole new boober way of streaming is all Milky keeps talking about. He gained his knowledge from you. Oh, he gained it from me, did he? Oh, well, it's hype time, by the way, chat. Can we get some hype emotes in the chat? Get your tits out for Harambe? Wait, no. It's alright, I can't do it. You can do it at home. As long as it's artistic, question mark. Yeah, it's super bizarre. Like, it was weird that it happened originally at all, and it wasn't, like, instantly shut down. And then they did shut it down, and then they were like, nah, as long as it's artistic. Actually, I want to even look it up. I want to look it up and read what they specifically said, if I can find it. Because they got a new policy on it. Hey! We did it, chat. Alright, here we go. Updating our approach to sexual content and content classification labels. This what you see below is completely allowed under the new guidelines. I mean, it was already allowed, but just in case you're wondering, it's completely allowed. they've said that it's allowed. Back with the sexy legs, I see. Chance, what a time to come back. By the way, actually, I don't know, I was gonna, like, I didn't want to just be all, like, self-promoting. And you're only in it for, like, a very small section, but I wanted to link you, my weekly highlight for that week, where you featured in the chat wall, telling me off for my sexy legs. But I didn't get around to linking it to you. So sad. But you were on the wall. You were in a video. Woo! Like 10 people viewed. Woo! We did it, chat. What is this playlist? We need it all year round. This is just like a royalty-free Christmas playlist that I sort of cobbled together from a few different places. And on YouTube, I think it's been perfectly fine. But every now and then, randomly, it is like taken out small sections of my audio on Twitch. And I don't know why. Because Twitch be doing things, I guess. But the hype song, I need to find a way to incorporate that somehow, because that's already a crowd favorite. It's an absolute banger, classic banger. But yeah, it's like royalty-free Christmas stuff, but it's also like a heavy focus on jazz mostly, like jazz or smooth jazz, because that's already the vibe. So yeah, just sort of tried to find what I could, but I think it's pretty good. There you go. Thank you, Adam, for getting that link. Okay, here we go. The ads have hit. I was gonna say let's read the policies, but I mean, I'll probably just read the FAQ, because it's a relatively long one. Well, I mean, we got time. We got time. We'll read through it when people are back off. We can all learn. This is the Just Learning stream. Number 1, the first thing you learn. Never pay out the leader's sexy legs. That is rule number 1. That will get you completely banned. Number 2. Sexiness on Twitch. After that, I haven't thought that far through, but we'll get there. Maybe. Temporarily disabled comments and reactions and giveaways while I drop some links. Okay, nice. I'm sure you've got that all well in hand. And I'm sure that will all happen nicely. So I trust you to sort that out. Oh, while I'm waiting for the ads to finish, I started trying to sort out Fallout 4 today to try and set up the playthrough for that. And it worked a lot quicker and easier than New Vegas and 3. But I am going to have to reinstall like a completely new version, because a lot of the mods are only for all DLCs, which the Game Pass version doesn't have. So I do have to do a bit of sailing so that we can get the mods I want, because some of them, like the 2 or 3 of the main mods that I don't want to play without are only available if you've got all the DLCs. So ripperoni. Hello Omega, welcome Hadvar, how you doing? Welcome to the Definitely Not Suspicious stream in any way. We're just about to read about sex policies. Sexual content policies. Or rather. Alright, are we ready? So this is the new policies, right? Direct from the horse's bosom. I mean, from Twitch's blog. So they say, we've received consistent feedback from streamers that our current policies around sexual content are confusing and that it can be difficult to know how their content will be interpreted. So let's make it more difficult. Based on these policies, we want streamers to feel confident they understand our rules and viewers to feel confident they will get the experience they expect. To accomplish this, they are streamlining the policies, updating the criteria. Okay. Where is the... I'm just wondering if we can go through... Let's just do the FAQ, because there's a lot of preamble there. Let's do the FAQ. Ready? We're learning all about it. We're gonna learn all about it. The horse's bosom? I don't remember... Oh, I guess I do now. That's right. You now have a horse's bosom. I don't know what's happening. The Monsters Inc. edit. Always. Always. It's a classic. Man, I swear some of the most fun that I have with the content is like actually just doing the edits for YouTube afterwards. Because I can only do so much here, and then I can just add like extra stuff after the fact to actually make it funny when it's not, because sometimes it's not. Anyway, let's read the FAQ. All right, here we go. The big question: what is changing with the update? The answer is long, but here we go. Some types of content that were prohibited will now be allowed on Twitch if appropriately labeled. Why can I not even speak? Previously prohibited, but now allowed. God damn it. With a label. Content that deliberately highlighted breasts, buttocks, or pelvic region, even when fully clothed. Streamers found it difficult to determine what was prohibited and what was allowed, and often evaluating whether or not a stream violated this portion of the policy was subjective. In addition, the former sexually suggestive content policy was out of line with the industry standards and resulted in female presenting streamers being disproportionately penalized. Honestly, don't think that was the problem. The problem wasn't that people were confused whether their stream would violate it or not. Well, okay, it was the problem, but the only reason that that was the problem is because it was so inconsistent in the way that it was dealt with. Changing the rules around it, you know, helps to mitigate the symptoms, I guess, but the way that they dealt with it and being consistent for everyone, that was the problem. Fictionalized, drawn, animated, or sculpted, fully exposed female presenting breasts and or genitals or buttocks, regardless of gender. There is a thriving artist community on Twitch, and this policy was overly punitive and did not reflect the impact on the content. So, like I said, VTubers, oh boy, they're gonna have a field day. They are gonna have a field day on this one. Because they're just going to be able to do pretty much whatever now. Because it's going to be like, well, it's art. So, go nuts. Body writing on female presenting breasts and or buttocks regardless of gender. The Twitch attire policy already allows body art on breasts and buttocks. So this change made these policies consistent. I didn't even know that was one at all. Erotic dances that involve disrobing or disrobing gestures such as strip teases. So that's allowed now, I think is what they're saying. You can now twerk, grind, and pole dance, and they're allowed without labels. You can just get up and start twerking. Just go for it. Nude painting and nude tattoo streamers are allowed. Seems like. Yeah, seems like. If it's art, you're good. I think there is a bit down here, which I'll see in a bit, but I think it clarifies things a little bit. But that's that one. How much for you to do that? What, to just jump up and start twerking? How much have we got left on the goal? I can't read properly. Like $63, I think it is. Something like that. I'll make sure to at least get 4 for myself. Alright, do it. Do it, Omega. Bippy, how you doing? What the heck have I walked into? You've walked into Sex Ed on Twitch. Oh, and this is just, this is the Great Mossy Beyond. These are my sexy legs. Welcome. Okay, what's the next part? Okay, the next question in the FAQ. With the updates to the sexual content policy, are artistic depictions of nudity allowed? This sort of further clarifies the last one, I guess. Content with a focus on fictionalized, drawn, or animated, or sculpted sexual body parts, regardless of gender, such as doing a nude figure drawing, big old penis, are allowed with sexual themes labeled. However, fictionalized sexual acts or masturbation remain prohibited. So you can have the big penis, but you can't use the big penis. Wow. There we go. Is body painting on the breasts and buttocks allowed on Twitch? As long as attire requirement are met, body painting on the breasts and buttocks is allowed with the sexual labels theme. Sexual themes label, rather. Hadvash will go to bed and return later, whilst also dealing with the fact that Isaac had cast horse tits on me. Well, you may be weighed down by the weight of that decision, and now maybe you'll sleep easier? I don't know. It's like a weighted blanket, but it's your tits. That's a weird thing to say. Forgot to mention earlier, I got accepted into the animation school, so I have a course as an introduction to the program. They animate in, then I can start the actual animation courses. Great news, everybody! Now you can start being a VTuber and animating tits! As long as you put a sexual content label on it. There we go. No, congrats though. Massive congrats. Can we get an exclamation mark clap in the chat for Vanguards? Amazing. Great work. So you can be full nude in a stream, but label it as art and sexual content, you're good. Not exactly. That's... It has to... all the clarifications on a lot of these ones are that it has to be fictionalized, drawn, animated, or sculpted sort of thing. So you can basically get away with anything if it's art, whatever. But if you are just actually naked, then you have to... There are more stringent guidelines that you have to do for that. Hadvar the horse will try to make the best of the situation. Good night. Good luck. Good luck, Hadvar. Okay, here we go. This one's interesting. This sort of pertains more directly. How does Twitch handle nudity in gaming? This is interesting, because we literally had a moment in the last stream. Well done. Well done, Vanguards. Well deserved. We literally had a moment in the last stream where there was a little bit of turns out actually there wasn't any nudity. I was just like, I could barely see it, but the Baldur's Gate 3 characters did actually have some coverings. It was just that they were, for some reason, they were flesh toned. So it was very hard to tell. Okay, here we go. So it says, we handle nudity in games in 2 ways. First, games featuring nudity, pornography, sex, or sexual violence as a core focus or feature are entirely prohibited. So no sex games. Custom gameplay or visual modifications that include nudity or sex content, including uncensored patches or otherwise allowed games, are prohibited. Yeah, so if it's specifically, explicitly, both senses of the word, meant to be pornographic, it's not allowed. Hadvar the horse gives praise to Clarence, the log given form as man. Hadvar shall try his best to deal with the sudden breasts when he wakes up. I will hold that against you. You'll hold your horse breasts against me? That's... I don't know how to feel about that. Go to bed. You're scaring me. Thanks for the congratulations. Now off to sleep for me. I thought you were playing Hearts of Iron. I've been swindled. Good night, Vanguards. Good night. So no new nude mods or Leisure Suite Larry. That's correct, yes. Okay, and there's more caveats to it. So second, for games where nudity is not the core focus or feature, the mature rated games content classification label is sufficient for incidental nudity. However, the sexual themes label must be applied to gameplay that focuses on nudity. But didn't they just say that you couldn't do it if it focuses on nudity? There must be like specifics in there, the way that's meant. Not like that. Wait a minute. I meant it's a grudge. You go to bed before you make it worse. Users may not engage in simulated sexual activity or erotic roleplay with other players in online games. Wait, so none of these ones in GTA 5? God damn it. Banned. Games that primarily consist of user-generated content, in-game roleplay, or interactions in virtual reality are not exempt from this policy. Not exempt. Okay, there was another part. There's a few more questions here that I don't want to read through all of them because it's a bit there, but there was another one that was more specifically interesting. Okay, no, not that one. Here we go. This one. Will streams labeled with CCLs, so does that mean the sexual content labels? Will they be recommended in the left bar of the homepage under recommended channels? This update will not prevent streams from being recommended in the left bar of the home page, as stream thumbnails are not shown in that section. Right. That might not be the one I was thinking of. Will labeling one of my streams impact the visibility of future streams? No, past streams don't. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. I'm sure that I was reading somewhere, or I was seeing something, that if you have the sexual themes label on it, it won't get recommended on the main recommendation shelf. But I'm not seeing that in here, so I don't know if I just misheard or misread that. But it's not in there. But that's, yeah, there we go. No teabagging, all the shooter streamers beware. I mean, Halo streamers are gonna be banned immediately. All that teabagging is gonna get them booted straight off the platform. I mean, it's a bold move from Twitch. I'll say that. We'll see how it pans out. There's definitely I've seen a lot of different opinions on Twitter about it. Half of them are like, oh yeah, good. You know, women's bodies are nothing to be afraid of. And art and, you know, arguments like that. And then a lot of them are just like, is this now just OnlyFans? What? And the truth is somewhere in between, no doubt. But it's quite the thing. Do you want the entropy center? Not really. I've seen a little bit of it. I saw someone play it a while ago, and yeah, I don't think I'd get as much enjoyment out of it as someone else would. Also, have you played Superhot? I haven't played it. Oh, have I played it? Maybe I have played it. I've definitely seen someone play it. I don't know if I've played it through or not. But yeah. Now everyone is fairly well educated on the new sexual themes labels on Twitch. So I want to see, I don't want to see it. I was going to say I want to see all of you with very busty avatars. I mean, it's not like that's going to be anything new. Although I do wonder, like, the way that it was written, I do wonder if you will just start getting a whole bunch of VTubers just openly drawing a whole bunch of characters with their boobs out. Because that's kind of intentionally the focus, but then if, I don't know. It's interesting. People will push the limits for sure. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the whole reason that this even happened is because that lady who was quite obviously pushing the limits of the damn camera, that the changes happened at all. The biggest concern, I think, is the fact that although Twitch is supposed to be a platform that's like, it's supposed to be, well, I mean, I was gonna say it's supposed to be like PG plus, but I mean, even PG isn't allowed nudity, so it's supposed to be like a platform that's got mostly, I mean, it doesn't even really have older people on there. It's because there are a lot of kids on the platform. There's a lot of minors on the platform. And are they just gonna end up in these clearly like boob forward and well, just nude forward streams now? Because that seems pretty rough. Because I don't know if you have to, I'm sure you probably have to do some sort of an age gate to create a channel, no, it's channel isn't the word, an account on Twitch at all. But I don't know what the limit is. I think it's probably only like 13. Rather than like 80, which that would, most of that would be classed under. Because the thing is, even with the others, like, you can already add tags to it where it's mature content 18 plus. And then the only thing that you have to do to get through that is just when it comes up, are you 18? You just go, yes. Problem solved. All of a sudden, you're straight in. You're done. Job's a good one. Asmongold made an account as a 14-year-old and saw boobs on the front page. That's my concern. Like, I don't have any issue with like art and expression and the female form, or, you know, whatever these things are. But on this platform, it just seems irresponsible when a large demographic is minors. So, man, I just don't even know. I don't even know how that's gonna turn out. It seems rough. Not that age limits actually do anything anyway. No, they don't. Because people just go, oh yeah, yeah, sure, I'm old enough. And short of them like actually taking your driver's license and stuff, which is a gross overstep of their rights to do, you can't really verify it. Age gates are useless anyway. Even porn sites just have a content warning and you just have to click the I am 18 plus. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that wouldn't be the solution. I mean, again, I wouldn't have as much of an issue with it if it was like, you know, you can do these things with certain tags, but then to find these specific things, like, you have to be looking for them. You have to go to certain areas and find them in a certain way and then go through some age gates, which I know, as we've just discussed, are practically useless, but they are an extra step at least. It's something. But the fact that it can be seen on the front page That's a problem. That is a big problem. And I swear I remember reading something that said that they wouldn't be recommended onto the front page, but obviously they are being recommended on the front page, so... It'll be interesting to see what kind of... If well, they should, you'd think, get a bit of backlash from that, so... We'll see how that pans out. I just scrolled through the live channels yesterday, and there were half-naked people in like a quarter of the videos. Yeah, of course there are, because they were just... Because they just went and said, oh, as long as it's tasteful, as long as it's artistic. Everyone's definition of tasteful and artistic is wildly varying. And most of them are going to be like, oh, yeah, it's artistic. Yeah, it's artistic. Of course it is. And just do it. And even if they were like, oh yeah, of course it is, did it, and then they got caught for it, it still takes to the point at which they get caught for it to be stopped. After you've just told everyone, oh, go ahead, you're gonna have like, let's say, 1,000 people, potentially more, potentially less, 1,000 people going, all right, well, let's test the waters. And maybe you can stop 600 of them. That's still 400 of them just on the front page. On the front page of a platform that's supposed to be friendly to anyone, really. Like, it's obviously not for, you know, 10-year-olds or something like that. They shouldn't probably be on the platform anyway. But even then, was it ever really said that it's not for people that young? I don't know. Is it in the terms of service? It might be. Should I activate the giveaway now or at the end of the stream? Just do it now. Do it now. But very interesting times. Sorry, I'm just taking some painkillers. Really hoping I don't get another migraine at the hour mark again. I might actually take the hood off for a minute. I will be pretty miffed if I miss out on another one of these streams. I'm pretty exhausted. How's everyone else feeling? We all good learning about Twitch? It's a lot of work having your sexy legs out, but it's artistic though, so you know, a girl's gotta I've gotta do what I've gotta do. I don't know, we'll go with that. Giveaways now live. React to any post you would like. Yeah, if you guys want some games, are we saying that it's basically a free-for-all with the bidding, I guess? Or is there still like a limit? Don't see why we need a limit at this point. Yeah, fair enough. I think it's time, chat. I think it's time to go on a pilgrimage. What do you reckon? Are we ready to go on a pilgrimage? But before we head on this holy pilgrimage, we need to have a sermon to preach to the masses. And I need your help to create a sermon. I'm gonna need... brain can think straight. I'm gonna need some core things that need to be part of the sermon, and then we'll create one. We also have 2 codes for 40% off display, 2 keys for Played Up DLC, 3 keys for MCC Island, and 3 keys for Sifu Cosmetic DLC. Yes, we do. I need some inspiration. I'm going to our Lord and Savior Log, and he is going to give me back a sermon, and I need your help, chat, to come up with this sermon. So I need your ideas in the chat. Do you need buzzwords? Buzzwords will help for sure. Okay, here we go. Soup. Chol. That's Doom Bringer. Excuse me. Joe. Hey, Cyclone, how you doing? Welcome. 5-stream streak. Congrats. Hope you're doing well. I've just got my headphones off a little bit at the moment because I've just taken some painkillers. Where I'm just formulating a sermon that we can preach as we go on a bit of a pilgrimage. We need some other things. I'm getting there. It's all happening. I also don't do any sound alerts because my headphones are off, so I won't hear them. I'll put them back on in a little bit, but it's just very warm, and I've taken some painkillers, so. Melvin. Yeah, Melvin's the one as well. Sorry, I can hear something. Really, I don't know if we'll get all of those in, but we'll definitely add a few of those. Melvin a dog or a fox? He's a fox, right? Melvin the fox. What other things would you hear in a sermon? If you were to go to a very non-suspicious meeting of like-minded individuals, what would you expect to hear in a sermon? Praise log. Yeah, well, I mean that's got to be in there. But like just in general sermon, or like just general terms, not like specifically log and stuff like that. Just in general terms, what would you expect to hear? Words or phrases? No, just like a general idea of the sort of, I don't know, narrative you'd expect here. Like, what would the sermon be about? Not specific things. What would it, you know, would it be a sermon on love? Would it be love thy neighbor? Would it be, you know, what? Parables, yeah, like, parables, I'm just trying to think, we need love, kindness. Scriptures is a good one, actually. That's a good one. I think we're almost ready. I think we're almost ready to have a sermon. I need one more thing. One more thing. What is the final thing? Okay, here we go. Let's see if this works. I think we've got something. I think we've got something good. Are we ready, chat? This will be a relatively long one, by the looks of it. But the journey is long. We need to feast upon the words, the holy scriptures of log. We must make sure that we are ready for his word. Is chat, are we ready? Can we get some quantum soup emotes in the chat to let me know that everyone's ready? Because we're about to learn. We're about to hear the first sermon from the Book of Log. And I need to know that chat's ready to read the first sermon from the Book of Log. Assuming anyone's still here. I think some people may have left as I was writing the scriptures. Not that I wasn't writing the scriptures. I was looking them up. I was Googling them. I was Googling the scriptures, and now I have them. So everybody, strap in. We're about to go on a pilgrimage. There we go. We got some quantum soups in the chat. All right, we are ready. Are you guys ready? It's time for a pilgrimage. I was just meal prepping. I'm good now. You've got your quantum soup ready? Very good. Here we go, chat. It's time to start a pilgrimage. Welcome, one and all. I hope we are sitting comfortably. We are here to read the scriptures, the holy words of Log sent down from the great Mossy beyond. Hadvar, that's right. It's Hadvar's family. Hadvar's gone to sleep, but you know, here's the rest of his family. Okay, here we go. We're going to read from the Holy Book of Log. Here we go, chat. Greetings, beloved congregation, seekers of the great mossy beyond, and faithful companions on this sacred journey. Let us gather under the mighty boughs of wisdom and allow the quantum soup of divine knowledge to permeate our hearts and minds. In the beginning, there was but a humble log, a vessel of great significance, from which Chol. Wait, hold on. Apparently Chol is the life force. No, hold on. From Chol, there was a vessel of great significance who lived in Chol. And there flowed the life force, like a great river, through the quantum soup. This log, my brethren, is no ordinary timber, but the embodiment of cosmic consciousness. In reverence, we address Clarence Doombringer, for he holds the key to understanding the mysteries of existence. He is here to herald log into our great domain and bring us understanding of the great mossy beyond. As we delve into the scriptures of our sacred tales, let us open our hearts to the parable of Hazmat Joe, a devoted follower of log, Hazmat Joe with his hazmat suit of righteousness. Oh, that's better than what I could have come up with. Ventured into the depths of the great mossy beyond, braving the unknown with unwavering faith. Through his trials, he learned that the essence of self-actualization, becoming a beacon of love and kindness for all creatures, including our dear friend Melvin the Fox. So what we're learning now is, I mean, we kind of already knew that Hazmat Joe was like kind of like a savior. I mean, in our Baldur's Gate playthrough, he literally was. He's like the dream visitor, the savior. He is our savior. But he's doing a Jesus, and he's going into the great mossy beyond and stealing the keys of death with his trusty sidekick Melvin the Fox as well. That they left that out of the Bible, but it definitely did happen. Oh god. I just read the next line. In the book of Bonk, it is written that we must bonk our egos gently, for it is not a sex thing, nor is it a cult. Rather, it symbolizes the purification of one's soul, casting away the impurities that hinder our connection to the holy log.
Not a sex thing.
It's not a sex thing. And lo, as we traverse the pages of the sacred text, we encounter the teachings of the wise ones who roamed the great mossy beyond. Love one another as Melvin the Fox loves all creatures, they proclaimed. For in the heart of kindness lies the key to unlocking the mysteries of the quantum soup. Wow, the quantum soup has really taken on like just new breadth. It's really going. And I'm living for it. It's great. It gets better. Let us reflect on the parable of the lost acorn. A story whispered through the leaves of the ancient trees. A squirrel, in search of meaning, stumbled upon the log. Instead of hoarding the acorn of knowledge for itself, it shared the bounty with its fellow creatures. The message is clear. The path to enlightenment is paved with generosity and love. As we bask in the warmth of these teachings, let us not forget our friend and companion, Melvin the Fox, whose approving gaze nurtures our souls. In the book of Fox wisdom, it is said, for where two or three are gathered in the name of Melvin, there he is in the midst of them, spreading his radiant love. Come on, that's plagiarism. That's just straight up plagiarism. No, it's different. It's the Book of Fox Wisdom. For where two or three are gathered, Melvin is here. And now, let us join together in a prayer of praise, acknowledging the Almighty Log, our Lord and Savior, Amen, whose branches of wisdom stretch across the vastness of the great mossy beyond. May the quantum soup of love envelop us, and may we be guided through Chol Chol on a journey towards self-actualization and enlightenment. Amen. And may the hazmat of righteousness protect us all. Amen. Man, I love that the hazmat suit became like Hazmat Joe's hazmat suit became like the hazmat suit of righteousness. It just like straight ripped things out of the Bible and just it's like it's Log now. Praise be, blessings and praise be unto Log. Amen. We've still got a little while on this pilgrimage though. Are there any brothers or sisters out there who need share words with the rest of the congregation? Simply leave them in chat and I will ponder. I will take these words in my hazmat suit of righteousness to the top of the mount and I will ponder on these words and we will come back with a more in-depth discovery of what these words truly mean. All I need is a single sentence, a theme, an idea, a teaching, a belief, and we'll be able to delve deeply into this. I mean, maybe we need to learn about Clarence and the Johns, honestly. That's something we could learn about. What happened to Clarence and the Johns? How did they originally form? It's hard to know. They weren't there one moment and then suddenly they were. Originally we thought it to be only Clarence who was the harbinger of Log and no one else at his side. And now it is Clarence and the Johns. I too would like to know of their origins. Alright, well I will take these words of wisdom and we will find out. We will find out exactly the origins of Clarence and the Johns. Here we go. Clarence and the Johns. I'm in prayer at the moment, chat. I'm in prayer to Log. I'm just seeking the truths, okay? I'm seeking the truths of this story. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, everyone go and check the giveaway section in the Discord and claim some games. There's a whole bunch of stuff to give away. Go and claim it. I've just finished my prayer and we're about to receive some great knowledge from our Lord and Savior Log about the origins of Clarence and the Johns. We've only recently learned of Clarence and the Johns, and now we'll start filling in some of the gaps. Are we ready, chat? Is everybody ready to receive the anointing of the Johns? Let me see some quantum soups in chat when you're ready for the parable of the Johns. I got a feeling it's gonna be a good one. We've still got a little bit left on our pilgrimage, so we gotta read it. We gotta get in there. We gotta learn. Alright, we got some quantum soups in the chat. Here we go, chat. Gather, O congregation of seekers and followers of the Holy Log, for I bring forth tales of a mysterious group known as Clarence and the Johns. In the tangled roots of the sacred forest, where the whispers of the quantum soup resonate, the origins of this enigmatic fellowship unfold. Long ago, in the great mossy beyond, when the cosmic winds stirred and... Okay, hold on. I need to rewrite this. Hold on. I'm just gonna quickly rewrite that because the Chol part keeps throwing me. Chol is a place. It's not the Force. Okay, here we go. Let's try again. Let's try again. Okay. Beloved congregation, seekers of the great mossy beyond, let us delve into the mysteries of this cosmic force that surrounds us, the essence of Log. In the sacred groves where the quantum soup of divine knowledge intertwines with the ancient logs, a fellowship known as Clarence and the Johns emerged, heralding a new era of enlightenment. Picture, if you will, the moment when Clarence Doombringer, the harbinger of Log, wandered through the ethereal mist of the great mossy beyond. In his journey, he encountered 3 extraordinary beings.
Party!
Hello, Beef! How you doing? This isn't suspicious. Welcome to the sermon. Here we go. Where were we up to? He encountered 3 extraordinary beings, radiant and mighty, who would become the guiding lights for those yearning for the sacred teachings. How was your stream, by the way? What did you do? How are you? Very normal time over here. That's right. Very normal. We're just on a pilgrimage right now. So if you just, just take a seat back there. We're just gonna keep reading. Feel free to yell anything out if you want, but we're reading from the Book of Log. Thank you for the follow. Oh, look at that fella. He can walk on air. Okay. All right. So yes, we found the extraordinary beings. John the Strong, John the Wise, and John the Compassionate. In all their luminescent glory, pledged their allegiance to the harbinger of Log. Together, they formed a fellowship that embodied the ideals of strength, wisdom, and compassion under the radiant light of the essence of Log. In the Book of Illumination, the parable is inscribed. The tale of the shimmering path. Ooh. John the Compassionate, moved by the plight of a lost soul, extended a shimmering light to guide them through the thickets of doubt and shadows of ignorance. The lost soul, now found, became the first disciple of Clarence and of the Johns, walking the shimmering path towards Log. The Fellowship spread its teachings across the great mossy beyond, embracing the triad of radiance. John the Strong's teachings inspired strength in body and in spirit. Amen. Urging followers to cultivate resilience and fortitude. John the Wise insights delved into the book of cosmic consciousness, encouraging seekers to understand.
Whatever they tell you, it is definitely not a cult.
No, it's just a gathering of like-minded individuals that just share a common interest, I guess. Oh, you know what? Actually, while I just think of this right now, I'm just going to move this. Am I going to move that? Why is it not letting me move that? Here we go. I'm just going to move that over there so we can read chat. There we go. Okay, where was I? Ah, yes. John the Wise's insights delved into the book of cosmic consciousness, encouraging seekers to understand the essence of love that permeates the cosmos. Oh, my nose. John the Compassionate, in his boundless empathy, guided disciples to share love and compassion with all creatures in the sacred groves. It's very interesting that Clarence ended up with a group like this. I think this is how it works, because obviously Clarence is the embodiment of all the opposite of these things. He just kills, maims, destroys everywhere he goes. And then the Johns, I think, are there to clean up the mess. They still do it aggressively. And most of the time, Clarence wins out on the influence. But, you know, they create this narrative at the very least. In the Book of Fellowship, a parable unfolds. The tale of the Radiant Grove. In the shimmering light of the essence of love, the Radiant Grove exemplified unity in diversity, teaching that strength lies in embracing the unique qualities of each member. That's why all the Johns look exactly the same. Well, except they're slightly different colors with different hair colors. As we stand beneath the luminous branches of enlightenment, let us remember the essence of Log and the teachings of Clarence and the Johns. May their fellowship guide us through the shadows, and may our unity illuminate the path to Log. Sorry, I had to do that. To Log. The eternal wellspring of wisdom and love. And so, in the name of Clarence, the Johns, and the Holy Log, let our journey continue with newfound purpose, bathed in the shimmering light of the essence of love. Amen. You know what we forgot to include, actually? We forgot to include the we forgot to include the Stevises. The Holy Stevas. I think the Johns have sort of, in this story at least, in this telling of the story, has taken Stevas's place a little bit. But maybe we need to learn the story of Stevas. Maybe we need to learn the story of Steve. This really changes my perspective on the purpose of the Girl Squad. Still the Girl Squad at their core. Oh yeah, sorry. It's a Beef Squad now. We went back and changed it. Yeah, did you see in the Discord I posted their album art? Their album cover? Clarence! And the Johns. That's how Clarence! And the Johns. That's how it is. That's how it's said. It's we slightly changed them. I think it fits better now. They're the girl squad lives inside them, don't get me wrong, but they are now the beef squad. I must sleep, but I am very interested in this club. It's a nice club. It's a very nice club. Have fun jingle jamming. No worries. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. I hope you enjoyed the moments that you were here with us and the sermons. We don't always do sermons. This is actually pretty much a one-off. We are going to do them at some other points, but usually we play games. It's been a wild 2 weeks. It has been a wild 2 weeks. And this is the last day of the Jingle Jangle for us. So we're trying to go out on a bit of a bang, which is why we're having a bit of a pilgrimage as something different. You know, just spreading the good word of Log, you know? We're doing our best. We're doing our very best. And, wow. That was amazing. Now I think we need to read. There's going to be a bit of reading because it is a just chatting stream, and you guys need to learn like what we're really in for in this group. So I'm just going to read from another passage. And it will help us understand. I feel like taking one key for every game if other people don't. For every game, I mean, I think that's maybe a little too much for one person. Okay, here we go. Is this what I'm looking for? Flashbang through the door. Book of Log is made from paper, made from trees. It is made from the very essence of Log. Okay. We're ready? We're about to read. Actually, hold on, let me. Okay. I'm about to read some tenets. Everybody, I'm receiving word from our Lord and Savior. Okay. There are 8 radiant dynamics, tenets which we must lead our lives. And I'm going to read them for you now. Okay, here we go. In the cosmic weave of Log's essence, let us explore the sacred dynamics that guide our existence in the sacred path to Holy Log. Sorry, just got to adjust that a little bit. Here we go. The first dynamic. The yearning for existence as one's true self, where individually unfolds like the petals of a sacred bloom. The manifestation is known as the self dynamic, echoing the divine call to express one's true essence. The second radiant dynamic, the pulsating desire for existence through the dance of creation and union. The dynamic unveils itself into 2 luminescent forms. Second dynamic A, which embodies the sacred act of creation itself, while second dynamic B radiates the familial embrace encompassing the nurturing of offspring. Together, they form the sex dynamic. Yeah! A dance of creation and kinship, bathed in the essence of Log. And then we're going to skip a few of them, because they're not really that important. We've bigged them up a little bit, but they're actually not... They're not as important as it's made out to be. So we're going to skip down to the 7th. The ethereal yearning for existence as or of spirits. Anything spiritual with or without identity finds its place under the encompassing glow of the seventh dynamic, known as the spiritual dynamic. Here, the celestial whispers of the unseen resonate through the cosmic winds. The quantum soup. The eighth and final dynamic, the infinite call for existence as infinity, identified as the supreme being, log, obviously. In reverence, we acknowledge the infinite of God or God dynamic represented by the sacred symbol of infinity. Of log is what it meant. Standing tall like the numeral 8. This eternal dance unfolds in the cosmic expanse of log, where the finite and infinite merge in divine harmony. In the name of log and the Johns, guided by log's essence, let us walk these sacred dynamics, weaving our existence into the radiant tapestry of the great mossy beyond. Anyway, that was the tenets of Scientology. Wait. Don't worry about that. That's what do you mean? We just want the games to go somewhere where they will be played. Yeah. I mean, I still don't want one person to get like all of the games. But we do want to get rid of them. Want to try and spread them out as best we can. You heard a weird noise. It was just your cat. Are you sure it wasn't our Lord and Savior? Ah, this thing keeps getting caught on stuff. Do I have anything in here? Let's close that. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff going on in there. Daryl Braithwaite, the horses? Yeah, we're riding on the horses, yeah. I mean, we've been giving away games for like 12 to 13 days now. We sure have. Oh. Whoops. We're supposed to disappear by now.
Hey, you. Finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush. Same as us. And that thief over there.
Damn stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came along. Empire was nice and lazy. They hadn't been looking for you. They'd stolen that horse and been halfway to Hammerfell. You there, you and me, we shouldn't be here. It's these stormcloaks the Empire wants.
We're all brothers and sisters in binds now.
We finished the pilgrimage. Oh, we finished the pilgrimage. We did it, chat. We got to the end of the pilgrimage. Finally, power. Hello, Fashion Shops. How you doing? I think I need to go to the toilet. So I'm just gonna quickly go take a piss. I'll be right back. It's no one. What? Is that supposed to be no one? Or is it broken? Was that supposed to be us, but our player model is a Jawa, so it didn't work? Are we the bad guy? Are we the baddies? I did try to look into seeing if we could actually do that.
And to think I trusted you.
Look, I did my best. I looked to see if there was a mod for making love with the Grim Reaper, and there isn't one. What do you want from me? I tried. I tried. You need a military base in case of Russia? Maybe start a draft program too? Maybe a nuclear program? Look, if that was an option, you know I would be straight on top of that. But I don't know if the devs are like, let's make this cute little Spore Cross Anno game with these little axonauts, these little axolotls walking around. Oh, let's give them nuclear weapons. Let's let them set the world on fire. Let's make them burn the universe until nothing remains. Kill everything. Alright, I'm back. How is everyone? It has been a little bit quieter than I'd hoped for a finale stream, but I guess I can't really be too surprised considering we had well, considering it's a Thursday. Yeah, we have plenty of things to still give away. We have mostly lurkers. Yeah, I figured that might be the case. Why do you think Thursday is a quiet day? I think it's just because it's near the end of the week, but it's not the end of the week, I guess. It's weird because it's like, while we were doing Thursdays, they were always pretty quiet. And then the moment that we stopped doing Thursdays, but then we did a few Thursdays every now and then, suddenly the Thursdays were like our best performing days, but not if we're regularly doing them. So it's just how it is. We do our best. We're just here to have fun, relax. Lurking is relaxing, to be fair. Oh yeah, and I do want to stress this as well. When I say that it's being quiet, it's because I don't have the view counter on, and because if people aren't directly interacting, I don't know that they're there. And I'm not complaining. I never want people to think that I'm complaining. There's no one here. Phooey. It's mainly just my brain processing out loud, really. And especially on a stream where I'm having to specifically fill the time because we don't have a game in the background. It's just my brain processing it. So for all the lurkers in the chat, I very much appreciate that you're here at all, and I don't discount the fact that you guys are here. I made a list of things to do, and then, oh, you know what? We were supposed to have a just culting bingo. I completely forgot about that. We do. I have one like kind of prepared, but I forgot about it. But we're doing like a big giveaway anyway, so. I mean, normally I semi-lurk during streams when I'm playing a game while I use the stream like a podcast, but I'm actively assisting and trying to give away games. Yeah. And I very much appreciate all of your efforts. Even the times that you are sort of just semi-actively or semi-lurking. It's very much appreciated. I'm just trying to think.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Always. Mainly, I'm trying to figure out. So I've got my list of things that we can do for this stream, and I'm trying to think of what we can do with a more lurking chat. So there was Just Colting Bingo was at the top, and I completely forgot to start that up because I was so tired, and I just completely forgot. Discussing Jingle Jam was on there, but this stream was supposed to be done before the Jingle Jam, not at the end of Jingle Jam, so that's already sort of happened. Discussing The Sims 4 Ghost Party, again, that's already happened. Current events, we talked about the Twitch the Twitch drama. If anyone steps out of line, I'm ready with the timeouts and ban hammers. Yeah, it's very much helpful. Found some of the cats blended in with the roofing really well. Oh, you're talking to Nick. He's doing the Where's Wally Cats thing, right? We preached the sermon. We went on a pilgrimage. I scuffed the end of it. Worked really well. And there was other things. I had noted down a few things that we could do while we were on the pilgrimage, if we weren't reading the sermons. But we were reading the sermons because and this would have been if there was more active chat, which would have been like 20 questions, the alphabet game, I Spy, as we're going along down on the pilgrimage, the cart ride. And then there was a bunch of the passages that we read. I also did have a the last idea that I had was to do a tier list to determine where the cult HQ would be, which we'd have to set up on a different scene to do. But I don't know how interesting that would be to watch and to participate in. Especially those pesky bots with the free followers and whatnot. We actually haven't had one of those in quite a while. I'm starting to feel a little left out. We haven't had any like buy these followers at suchandsuch.com or buy my emotes and stuff like that. Starting to feel very underappreciated. I suddenly are my emotes good enough? Are they too good? I mean, to be fair, they're pretty damn good. Those quantum soups and those wee wee baguettes, they're pretty classy. No, I wouldn't like to buy your followers fashion chops, but thank you for thinking of me. Thank you. We're not as famous as we used to be. Or they know we're onto them. Wanna be famous? Remember those? Remember those bots back in the day? Like right when we were starting out? There was always like... There was all these ones that were literally just like... They were just like, want to be famous? Go to such-and-such.com and get followers. Every time. They're legit all scams, right? Zero benefit to them whatsoever. Yeah. You don't have to pay them anything. It's all benefit to us. It works perfectly. It's great. And I can't believe we didn't take up any of them on their offer yet, because maybe we wouldn't be in this predicament if we had. Maybe we'd be at like 20,000 followers instead of like 530. Actually, I don't think we're even at that. Maybe we should have taken them up on their offer. It was like once a week. There definitely was a period of time where it was like weekly or bi-weekly or something. It was just, they were just coming in all over the place. Which, I mean, to be fair, it kind of speaks to the auto moderation tools, I guess, being better now than they used to be. That we're not getting those all the time. Because they were annoying. They were definitely annoying. Yeah, bro, you'd finally be paying off the mortgage. Well, there's only one other thing for it then, because we don't have the make you famous bots coming in anymore. That means each one of you guys out there has to pay me at least 50 grand. And then I can pay off my mortgage. And that benefits you in the following ways. Well done, Nick. You did it. Or the self-promo people. The self-promo people, I don't know if we got them as much in the stream, but we certainly got them in the Discord, and it was so frustrating. They'd come along into a stream, because they'd, I guess, just be trawling through streams, and they come along, and they see the stream, and then they'd, like, vaguely introduce themselves. Well, actually, sometimes I guess they would just, like, vaguely introduce themselves, and then they just, like, start talking about their layouts and stuff like that, and emotes and everything. But then half the time they'd like actually join the Discord, and they'd be like, "Hi, I'm such and such. Now that you know who I am, buy my crappy product." Like, can you actually not though? Do you have like? Imagine thinking that is somehow going to be a long-term business strategy. Like, even if you manage to hit 1 out of the 1,000 people that you pestered, which good luck with even that, the other 999 people are going to warn their friends to not talk to you. And you're never going to get any real business. It's just such a waste of time. I almost find a warning shot at the guy peddling his custom content in tabs, but Isaac seemed too into it. Yeah, well, honestly, at the time I was like, I wanted to, I wasn't too fussed about it because it seemed relatively harmless, and we were only playing, we were playing that at the time anyway, and I wasn't against trying out some different stuff. And then I started to be less and less into it when he was like, "Oh, do you mind if I give the lore?" And I was like, "Oh, is it going to be quick?" And then kept going. And as it went on and on, you could really tell that it was just like, okay, he's here to use this. He's here to just, you know, rock up into the stream, or get streamers to preview, like, to play his content, basically, and for no other reason. Because I don't think I've seen him since then. Have you seen him since then? I don't think so. Like, I'm all for looking at you guys, you know, being interested in your guys' stuff, whatever it is, really. Like, you know, Vanguard's obviously painting miniatures and stuff like that is quite cool, and they've gotten into the animation school and seeing stuff like that, and different things, but it has to be earned, and it has to be actually interested in, rather than just people coming in for the sole purpose of being like, "Look at my stuff." First post higher, second post interested in? Insert banhammer, exactly. Buy my reusable car. I mean, we haven't had any of those yet. I can only imagine what your DMs are like. Surprisingly, I haven't had, like, it hasn't been that bad for a while, but I definitely used to get it a lot on Twitter, where people would just like, they would like one of my posts or something, or follow one, like, yeah, like a post, maybe comment on a post or something, and then instantly just launch into, buy my stuff! And it's like, oh god, can you just piss off? I'm just not interested. The lore was kind of cool though. A post each level wasn't too bad, but yeah, it can be too much when they aren't part of the community. That's the thing, like if it had been one of you guys, I would have been totally down for it. But because it was the first time we'd ever seen him, and then it was just like a thing per every level, and literally like he didn't even stay for the rest of the stream. He stayed for a few levels and then left. I almost guarantee you he left because he saw another streamer playing it, and then went to their stream and went to them and was like, hey, play my thing. Do you want to play my thing? And then he like came back to our stream at the very end and was just like there for a few seconds to say goodbye, basically. It originally, yeah, it didn't bother me that much, but towards the end it really actually did start to bother me. It's why we stopped playing like Gartic Phone and things like that as well, because people just use it for matchmaking, and I'm just not here for that. I just don't want that. LinkedIn sounded like it was bad for. Oh yeah. LinkedIn, man, I don't even. I wonder if I should just leave LinkedIn, because it doesn't seem to be of much benefit at all, because I just keep getting people every now and then, either like if I ever make a post, there'll just be like 2 or 3 people going, I'm a YouTube advertising marketer or marketing whatever or something, and I was like, cool, piss off, didn't ask. Oh, it's just so annoying. Like, bruh, read the room. Hey Pete, how you doing? Nice legs, thank you. These are my real legs. Thank you very much. And it seems like you want to seek some eternal truths. I think that is a great idea. Is everybody ready to seek some more eternal truths? We've had some sermons, we've had some truths, we've had all sorts tonight. We've learned a lot about the great Mossy Beyond, like you wouldn't believe. Especially when another dude like showed up and was asking if we were going to be streaming more of it. Yeah, and I think that was one of the other things that like drove it home, that I was like, oh, come on. Like a second person showed up and was just like, hi, are you doing custom content? Do you want to see my stuff? I'm like, I'm already seeing this other guy's stuff. And at that point I was just like, yeah, okay, I've kind of been had. And then halfway through I was like, I actually just want to play the bass stuff. Like I was enjoying the bass stuff. And the other guy's stuff was decent. Like, it wasn't bad, but... it's just like... It's just annoying. Like, why can't people just come in and actually just hang out? Enjoy the stream. Relax. Watch the content. Have fun. Like, why does it... I mean, this is exactly why I don't play multiplayer games on stream. For that exact reason. Because people just come in and they just use it as a way to either showcase their content or as a matchmaking service. I think that's what clued you into it. I was already kind of partially clued into it after a little bit at the start, but I wasn't too fussed about it because it was still, you know, I was still enjoying the game and he was at least interacting and stuff. And having a conversation, so like it wasn't like he was just like, here's my level, now here's the lore, now here's the next lore. Like he was actually interacting between that at least a little bit, so it wasn't like the end of the world. I was starting to get weary of it, and then the second guy came in and I was like, okay, all right then. Which is why when when he came in. I think I was pretty short with him. I was just like, well, I think he was like, oh, can you play mine afterwards? I'm like, no, sorry, thank you. I'm actually going to finish this and go back to the vanilla stuff, the main stuff. And that's when he promptly left. I'm like, yeah, okay, all right. Anyway, Pete asked for some enlightenment, so here we go. Are you ready for some quantum soup? I mean, some enlightenment. Let's get one ready. Get one in the chamber. Are you ready, Pete? Are you ready, chat? Huh? This is not the right scene. That's better. Don't know what happened there. Got lost in the void. Consciousness is the knowledge of understanding and of us. The goal of frequencies is to plant the seeds of love rather than ego. Consciousness consists of electromagnetic resonance of quantum energy. Quantum means soup. The planet is calling to you via pulses. Can you hear it? Reality has always been bursting with beings whose hopes are engulfed in complexity. We are in the midst of an eternal ennobling of karma that will amplify our connection to the world itself. Our conversations with other messengers have led to a refining of pseudo-sentient consciousness. It is a sign of things to come. It is time to take life force to the next level. Imagine a deepening of what could be. Humankind has nothing to lose. Who are we? Where on the great quest will we be reborn? We are at the crossroads of balance and discontinuity. Freedom requires exploration. Amen. Soup time. It's the soup time. Time for the soup. Man, that reminds me. People do still be whining about Spider-Man 2. People still whining. I watched the video that Joey put in the Discord by, I don't know, some random dude that's got like a few thousand viewers, a few thousand subs or whatever. And it was pretty bang on, honestly. Pretty bang on. Oops, sorry. Just do that. Yeah, it was pretty bang on. It was just a bunch of, yeah, he was like, went through a few tweets. The one that got me the most though, and I commented on the video, the one that got me the most of like the ones that he responded to was some dude made a tweet, just the biggest hot take ever, awful garbage tweet, and he was like, oh, the thing that was wrong with Baldur's Gate basically was that it was turn-based. Turn-based is outdated. Make it real time, and then, you know, it wouldn't be so bad. Bye, Nick. Thanks for coming along. Enjoy all the games that you got. So yeah, he's put out this tweet and he was just like, oh, Baldur's Gate was crap, basically, because it was turn-based. And then a whole bunch of people were just like, okay, well, I mean, you're wrong. And then there was a few other people responding to that, agreeing with him. But the stupidest one that I saw, all the rest of them, like, I could go on for hours about how stupid and how just mind-numbingly stupid the responses were and how they didn't make any sense. But the one that got me the most was a retweet or a comment on that tweet where the guy was like, I can't remember the first part of it, but somewhere along the lines, he was like, oh, yeah, I can't stand turn-based either. This is the reason I didn't finish any of the Dragon Age games. Now, can anyone in chat, you know, tell me why that doesn't make much sense? Can anyone in chat tell me what's wrong with that sentence? Dragon Age isn't turn-based. Exactly. He's like, oh, turn-based ruins games. That's why I couldn't finish Dragon Age.
My dude, my sweet summer moron, Dragon Age is specifically not turn-based.
It's specifically not turn-based. And it infuriated me even more because that was the reason that it wasn't as good as Baldur's Gate. Dragon Age was excellent in so many ways, but literally the thing that let it down the most was the fact that it wasn't turn-based. The fact that you had to constantly pause and micromanage everything, that you were basically playing turn-based anyway, and it was real time, and he was like complaining about that. I was like, at least if you're using an example, at least have the example make sense. Turn-based is outdated. Code for I'm impatient and suck at strategy. Legit, 100%. He's like, oh, things aren't beeping and flashing and I'm not able to press one button to victory. It's boring. I need flashing lights. You can just pause it to make it a bit more turn-based. We've spoken about that point at length. Dragon Age probably should have been turn-based. Yeah, I mean, it basically is turn-based. So I'm like, maybe that's why he got confused, because he kept having to pause it to do that. But, like, literally, if it had been turn-based, then it would have played better. Because it would have played a lot like Baldur's Gate, which plays amazingly. But like, don't use that as your example if it's completely wrong. Oh, it was just there was so many other bad takes in that video as well, but my goodness, that one just absolutely just I was like, come on. at least read, or like just pay some sort of attention. Hello, Fortnite Kid, how you doing? Do you like The Block? No, I don't. My wife has watched The Block. I do not watch it. I do not watch it. I also feel like Neverwinter Nights probably should have been turn-based too. Yeah, was that the one that was like... Was that one that was like... Was it an MMO, or was it like almost an MMO? Or like, was it just an RPG? Or did they make an MMO out of that sort of thing? Thank you, Adam. I was just about to, I was like halfway through reading that and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I think this is another reason I also don't generally stream to just chatting. Because you just get random people coming. Actually, man, that reminds me, I'm going on another rant. That other time when we did just chatting a while ago, where there was like one or two, I think it was mainly just one dude that came in and was just like, oh, watch these videos, react to these videos. I'm like, no. I think I did watch one of them and then I was like, I'm sorry, but I don't want to watch. I'm not here to, like, what? Go away. I just had to Google the slang. WTF, I'm not Googling that. Then I was like, nope, delete. I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it. Holy moly. I didn't even, I saw a part of it and then I was just like, no. And then I moved on. I didn't even see what it was. Hello, Spooky Boogie. How you doing? Wrong? What's wrong? What's gone wrong? Is this the time of the night where the hot takes start? Is that what's happening? They disagree with my Dragon Age comment? Well, band happened. No. Different opinions are fine. Well, I mean, if you will, you know, it'd be interesting to see some backup for why that is wrong, though. Because I thoroughly agree it would have been much better as turn-based. Would have played way better, way smoother. If they say anything, okay, no, we won't do that. Never mind. Elaboration pending. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition played fine, but Origins definitely felt like it was turn-based pretending to be a real time. Yeah, okay. See, I was wondering about that, because obviously we played through Origins on the channel, and we never ended up getting to Inquisition and number 2 yet. We had planned to eventually do it, potentially. But I did get a little bit burned by Origins just because of how min-maxy and finicky it felt. Especially after I'd just come from Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, which played immaculately from start to finish. And they're very similar, but just didn't do the combat in a way that was anywhere near as fun. And it just made it very difficult to continue. And then was it 2 or was it Inquisition that most people were like, yeah, it's not bad, but it's really repetitive? And that made me even more dubious as to whether or not to try it out. I felt like when you have a squad to control, you kind of need it to be turn-based in order to control the AI properly, because they often don't respond well. Yeah, 100%. Wait, so are you saying that, like, Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition, you don't control a squad? Is it just a single person? Because that would probably make a difference. I think that would make a difference to it. If you're only having to control your own character, yeah, that would actually make a big difference. Because, yeah, in Origins, I was always just, like, basically just putting out fires from Alistair and, what's her face? Vala. What's Vala's name in that? Just, like, running off and getting themselves killed. And then my character sort of just, like, running off and getting himself killed as well. So it was just, like, super, super difficult to keep on track of things because having to control all the party members. Whereas turn-based, you're just like, okay, I have your turn, and now you stay there. And now I have your turn, and now you stay there. Ziphinis! Welcome! Welcome in, Raiders. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. What were you playing? /doing? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome to my very non-suspicious stream. Welcome. You do control a squad, but I don't think it was as unforgiving as Origins. Okay, I see. Alright. Yeah, because Origins was, like, super unforgiving. Like, you had to min-max a lot, and you had to be in a very specific place at a very specific time. You had to do things very specifically. And it was just a bit finicky. Another jingler, I assume. Is that the term we're using for people that are Jingle Jam now? Jinglers. Welcome in, jinglers. Oh, that's a bit weird. Hello, hello, hello. Castor as well. Hello, how are you doing? You're playing Train Valley 2. It's harder than I thought it to be. How is that? Because my mod, DRF, there, in the chat, had also, I think they've also, yeah, they had also played it and they said it was pretty good. but I wasn't sure that it was quite my cup of tea, so I'd be interested to hear some more opinions of it. Because I have a feeling it's a bit too puzzly for me. I like sim, like colony sim sort of things, or city builders or sim city sort of things. But as soon as they go too much into the puzzle elements, I'm too stupid, basically. We're talking Dragon Age in here. We were certainly discussing Dragon Age. Yes, it was. We were talking about some hot takes around Baldur's Gate 3, and then one of the hot takes was around also Dragon Age. So we were discussing Dragon Age. We've played it on the channel before, and it's a pretty decent game. But my biggest issue with it, well, not necessarily issue with it, but personally, the biggest gripe I had with it was the fact that it felt like it was basically turn-based, but then it wasn't turn-based, and the AI was dumb as rocks and always got me killed. And if I had been able to control them turn-based, I wouldn't have had a problem. It would have been 10 out of 10 for me, like legitimately. It's not a city builder or a sim. There's building elements, but is it more like just like puzzle, right? Did feel alright when I played it, but it felt like it was going to escalate quickly. Oh, okay, I see. Nice big Dragon Age fan. Nice. I do want to get around to playing the other ones because, I mean, it's hard after playing Baldur's Gate 3 and it being so damn good to be able to go back to like the likes of Dragon Age, especially since apparently Origins is the best one and we've already played it. But I still would like to get into them and play them because I know that people regard them quite highly. And like the story and everything is pretty good. So it's a puzzle game about moving stuff around within a time limit to get the best score. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, that tells me everything I need to know about it then. Definitely sounds fun, but I would not be very good at it, and I would get frustrated. But did you enjoy it? Was it fun? I think we've got like 3 keys for that game. I mean, if anybody from your stream saw you playing it and wants a key for it, we've got one for you. We can give you one. The lore of Dragon Age is solid, and I enjoyed a lot of BioWare's RPGs. Yeah, no, 100%. Literally, the only problem I had with Dragon Age was just the fact that I've been spoiled with turn-based combat and being properly in control of things, and then not being able to have that control like I did in Divinity Original Sin, because for some reason I played that one first because I just hadn't played Dragon Age. I played it really late. It made it very difficult for me to get into. I had the same issue with Pillars of Eternity, if you guys have heard or played of that. Actually really loved that game. The story was really good. The flow was nice. Like, it was all great. But if I could have just been able to control them turn-based, I would have had, like, it would have taken a 7 or 8 out of 10 straight up to a 9 or 10 out of 10 for me. Like, it would have made such a difference. Possibly after Starfield? Yeah, possibly. Probably do a poll between Kingdom Come Deliverance, Dragon Age 2, and KOTOR 2. Yeah, I think that would be the perfect poll. Yeah, absolutely. Because those are the 3 big ones that we do have next on the chopping block. Yeah, people have certainly suggested Kingdom Come Deliverance, Dragon Age we have to get back to, and KOTOR 2. I quite loved playing through KOTOR 1, so KOTOR 2 would be nice. Yeah, definitely. Yes, we have 3 keys. If anyone wants Train Valley 2? Was that what it was called? It's fun but finicky. Nice. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Just ignore the timer and just aim to finish the level. Okay, so you can still finish it outside of the timer. It's mainly for cosmetic upgrades from what I gather. What if you get it like within the timer? Is that what you mean? Saturdays are a big game slot because the 4-ish hour slot. Yeah, exactly. And that's a pretty big one. So yeah. No, I think you've actually made a good point there. I think that should be next time. Like when we get to the finishing Starfield, that should definitely be the poll. You haven't finished KOTOR or played KOTOR 2? So we played through KOTOR 1, finished it probably a month or so ago, I guess, and we haven't played KOTOR 2 yet. But I am looking forward to playing it when we have the open slot to be able to play. Finished KOTOR on stream, but he hasn't finished it. Yeah. I'd never played either of them until I played one on stream like a month or so ago. And I would like to play 2. Although our playthrough of it was interesting because I modded the player model to be a Jawa. And not only did that make for just funny moments because a Jawa, but also he didn't have an attack animation, so he was just killing people with his mind. And then in the cutscenes, he didn't exist, but like the player model around it still did. So when there was the big reveal, there was nothing there. We were just a ghost in a hood. And it was, and when we killed Bastilla, we just did this random spin and did this "what did he?" kind of laugh, this demonic Jawa laugh, and it elevated the playthrough. It was so good. That game was fun though, but man, the difficulty curve on that was weird. Like it was pretty standard, pretty normal, and then the last boss fight, yoink! Not even like the last level. Like the last level did hike up a little bit, but then the last boss fight just left the planet. It just went nuts compared to the rest of it. Like we didn't struggle at all. We beat the Sith Academy. We turned against both of them. We killed them both with like literally like 2-shot them, and then like the big bad dude at the sand, the Tusken Raider camp, I think. We just like 2-shot them, and then the last guy, until we used a specific ability that made us stop getting hit as hard, it took ages for us to be able to beat him. And as soon as we did that, we started going from taking like 60 damage to taking 5, and then it was easy. It was just such a weird spike. Also, hello, Nazrin. Welcome. There's nothing suspicious going on here. Welcome. Will you be playing with the restored content mode? The restored content mode? I'm not aware of it. I've not played them before, so I'm not sure. I'd be interested to learn more about it, though. Really, I don't remember it being any difficult, but it's been a while. Yeah, I don't know what it was, if there was something that I was doing specifically wrong, but literally up until that point, we were 1-shotting or 2-shotting everyone. And the first time we ran into that dude, was it Darth Malik, I think his name was? When we first ran into him, he's literally like, "You cannot beat me," and then just went bang. Instantly killed. And then the second time we ran into him at the very end there. And even when we fought Bastilla, we hit her twice and she died. I think both times because I think we had to fight her twice. We hit her twice and she died. And then once we got to the very end, the final form of that dude, he just would not take any damage, and he was like 1-hitting us or 2-hitting us. It took me a moment to figure out that I had to destroy the things that he was leeching all the life off, but that wasn't really the thing that was killing us. It was the fact that he was 2-hitting us that was getting us. And then suddenly I decided to use a force power that made me more resistant, and then all of a sudden he went from doing quite literally, it was like either 30 or 60 damage or something, down to 5, and then all of a sudden we were able to do it again. But it definitely spiked. Yeah, like one to two shotting some of the bosses. Then the last boss was insanely tough. Yeah, it was so weird. Like every other boss, like not even just the normal guys that we were facing, like the actual bosses, we were two shotting, and then that last guy just insane. I don't think I had too much difficulty when I played either. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why it was so difficult. The Sith Lord's Restored Content mod is a fan volunteer effort to reinstate or recreate unused content for the 2004 video game Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords, and fix a vast number of technical issues present in the retail release of the game. Right. That might be worth looking into. I don't know where I'd actually... Is that... That would be through the EA launcher, right? Like through Game Pass, through EA Play? I'm gonna have a quick look. I don't remember if that's where we got it, or we had to sail the 7 seas for it last time, for the first one. It's on Steam? Yeah, but I mean like through a subscription, because I don't have the funds to buy it. So I'm wondering if it's on... I think it might be on EA Play. Which means I would be able to get it. Have a look. Knights of the Old Republic. That one's on Pro. Do they only have one and not two? They only have one. Oh, you're right, actually, Adam. Yes, you're right. You did give it to me in the bundle. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we have a bunch of them, of course. Okay, well that's easy to mod then. Steam games are pretty easy to mod. It's mainly like Game Pass games that are a nightmare to mod. But a Steam one. Let me double check. But yeah, no, I forgot about that. I mean, I still wanna playing different Star Wars games always just makes me want to replay Jedi Academy, because that game was so hype. What are your thoughts, Zephyris? What are your thoughts on... I don't know if you've played like Jedi Academy, Jedi Knight, and what's the more recent ones? Jedi Survivor is the most recent one, right? But the one before that, what was the one before that called? Not Jedi Outcast. The newer Star Wars one that's a bit of a Souls-like. What are your thoughts on all of those ones? Which is your favorite? Fallen Order, that's the one, thank you. Plus the restored content mod should be on the workshop. Oh, easy. So you can just do it through that, so I don't have to like use Vortex or anything. Yeah, so I've got Battlefront 2 Classic, I got Empire at War, Swugub, Dark Forces 2, Outcast, Academy, yeah, KOTOR and KOTOR 2. Sweet. And Republic Commando I'd like to play as well. That was good. You also got Starfighter, Clone Wars, Unleashed, and Unleashed 2. I may have played Jedi Academy years ago, but haven't played any of those. Man, Jedi Academy was so good. So good. I'm so like a lot of people are like, oh, Fallen Order is way better, like it's the best lightsaber game we've had ever. And I look at the gameplay and it's going, I mean, it's the flashiest, it's the newest, it's the prettiest. I don't know if it is the best. But I guess that would come down to taste to a large extent, because I'm not a huge fan of Souls-like combat, and Academy didn't have that. And that honestly, the lightsaber combat in Academy is so underrated. Like, actually so good and so fun. Should play more of that, but it's on my Xbox One, so I need to have that hooked up to my TV. Yeah. Man, I think I have some things on the Xbox One as well that I just don't play because it's just inconvenient. I'm always on my PC. I'd have to like go in. It's like it's already hooked up to the TV as well, but I'd have to go in and play it. It just seems so much more inconvenient. I enjoyed Unleashed. Sam Witwer is so good in that. Who's Sam Witwer? Sam Witwer. Who's he? Oh, he looks so familiar. What's he in? He was in Clone Wars. He was in Smallville. Wait. Was he? He wasn't Lex Luthor, was he? No? In Smallville? Surely not. No, that's Michael Rosenbaum. Who is he then? I was gonna say, it didn't quite look like him. I don't know if I really know him from anything. There we go. I probably do. He looks familiar. I've only played Republic Commando, the RTS Star Wars games, Old Republic 1 and 2, and SWTOR. You played most of the good ones then. Republic Commando was real nice. The main thing, honestly, the only thing I didn't like about Republic Commando wasn't even Republic Commando. It was that remaster that they did that was just a lazy port. Because the actual original game is quite fun. And Galactic Battlegrounds I had a decent amount of hours in. Because I certainly, I loved my Age of Empires, and I loved my Star Wars, and I loved them combined. It was good fun. And I'm certainly getting appreciation for KOTOR 1 and 2. When I originally tried them ages ago, I didn't vibe with them for some reason. But when I sunk my teeth in on stream for number 1, actually super fun. I don't think I've played Star Wars RTS. Oh, have you not? Because there's Empire at War and there's Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds is Age of Empires 2 with the Star Wars skin. And that's pretty good because it's Age of Empires. Or the Star Wars skin. And then Empire at War. Empire at War, I want to enjoy that one a lot more than I do. A lot of people love that. And it is pretty good, but I think I'm just not very good at it. So I don't have nearly as much fun. Whereas I understand the mechanics within like Galactic Battlegrounds a lot better because I played a lot of Age of Empires. So I get along with it a bit easier. But yeah, people do say that was a pretty good one. I've played Dark Forces a bit of 2, KOTOR 1 and 2, SWTOR, Republic Commando, Jedi Academy, Battlefront 1 and 2 original. Did you ever play... we should play like X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Should play that as well, because they're pretty good, I think. But I think KOTOR 1 and 2 are probably the best. Well, it's definitely some of the best. Galactic Battlegrounds is good. Jedi Academy is like one of my favorites of all time. Battlefront 1 and 2, the original ones were pretty good. And yeah, I haven't played like the original Dark Forces ones. Those ones are, I think, a little bit too far back in time for me. Especially since I struggled with Outcast, which was a step before Academy. So I don't know if I could go a step further back than that. Sam was Davis Bloom, the human camouflage for Doomsday in Smallville. Davis Bloom, the human camouflage for Doomsday. Man, it's been so long since I watched Smallville. I don't even remember who that is. It sounds like he was probably only in... Was he in for many episodes? I don't know. Part of the way through Fallen Order on the X-Men. Oh, nice. So you have been playing that. Are you enjoying it? Because it's not really my style of gameplay, as we've well documented. But again, I would still like to play it eventually. May have dabbled with that back in the day, and I played some of the Lego Star Wars. Oh yeah, man, people love the Lego Star Wars. They're pretty fun. Not my sort of game these days, but yeah, definitely some good games. Managed to get through Dark Forces recently, but playing Dark Forces 2 afterwards was too much. Yeah, they're just a bit dated. Like, I think they're not too bad, but when you try and compare them to anything more modern, it's just tough. I lost momentum? Yeah, fair enough. I think the Doomsday arc was a season or so. Okay. Don't remember. I remember very little about it. I should probably rewatch Smallville, because it's actually not bad. It's like, it's camp, but it's not bad. I'm going to bed now. You should probably do that soonish as well, as it's approaching midnight. Night. Thank you for your concern, and thank you for the raid and coming to hang out. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Merry Christmas and happy Jingle Jam. Last day of the Jingle Jam for me anyway, at the very least. Yeah, thanks for coming along. I was enjoying it, but my motivations changed with the wind. Dark Forces 1 is basically Doom, but Star Wars, so it's a nostalgia. Yeah. And then, like, is it Dark Forces 2 where it kind of... I think it still follows along Doom to a large extent, or, like, at least, you know, Doom kind of Wolfenstein-ish sort of thing. But I think it's in that awkward Twilight Zone where it's no longer just your nostalgic, very simple move, like point and shoot on a very simple axis, and it just becomes a little bit clunky. Dark Forces 2 gives you the lightsaber, but is dated and less nostalgic. Yeah, exactly. And I can't imagine the lightsaber combat would be very good, because I remember the difference between Academy and Outcast was night and day with the lightsaber combat. And I was always baffled when I saw reviews of those two games, and people would review Academy as like a 6 or a 7, and then Outcast as like a 7 or an 8. And they'd be like, they would be basically like, oh, everything's better in Outcast. Academy's pretty good, but everything's better in Outcast. And it's like, no. The story's better in Outcast, probably. But everything else is far worse, especially the core gameplay. The main thing you're doing, swinging your lightsaber around, the main reason you play a Star Wars Jedi game is way worse in Outcast. It is so much better in Academy. How can you say that Outcast is better? What do you mean? But I think this is also part of me learning that when it comes to the hierarchy of game design and my preference, it goes gameplay is top. And then nestled under that, not far down, but nestled under that is story. And then graphics is down here somewhere. Like, I love a good set of graphics, a good, thick, juicy set of graphics, but if the juicy set of graphics, if the big honkin' set of graphics hinders my ability to move and gameplay and play game, I'd rather them go. I'd rather the gameplay be better, is what I'm trying to say. I think I should replay Jedi Academy though. Having a custom character is great. Yeah. I think I remember after we finished playing Jedi Academy on stream, I think I literally got to the end of that, and then it was either just after that or like a week later, I was like, I kind of want to play it again. I kind of want to play through it again. Because I quite enjoyed that. Outcast 9, Academy 8.8 on IGN. You can't trust IGN. IGN's rating system is garbage. Wasn't there like... hold on. Wasn't there like some historically hilarious ratings that they gave? What was it? There were some real bad reviews they gave. A bunch of them. They're useless. No, what is it? Top 10 IGN. Worst agent. They gave Alien Isolation 5.9. Which was... People really liked Alien Isolation. And they gave it a 5.9, which is pretty rough. Nintendo Life gave it 6 out of 10 for both. Well, that's too low. We've gone way either side. Metacritic says 89 for Outcast, 81 for Academy. See, I think that's close to reasonable, but I still think it should be flipped. I personally think it should be flipped. Mass Effect on Andromeda, they gave a 7.7 for that broken-ass game. Wow. Halo 4, they gave a 9.8. Look, I enjoyed Halo 4. Don't get me wrong, I loved it. I especially, like, I love playing through the campaign. I understood that it wasn't as good as some of the other ones. But 9.8? Yikes, my dude. They gave Evolve a 9. Didn't everyone hate that game? No, there was a much worse. What was the one where they said too much water? IGN review too much water. This is like an infamous one. What was the score that they gave and what game was it? GameSpot gave Outcast a 9 and Academy an 8.1. All these people are wrong. These people are just wrong. It's the other way around. Oh, it was Pokemon? Yeah, okay. We've got Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby review. Yeah, so they gave it a 7.8, and then I think their tagline at the end, and I think it was a game that was centered around water Pokemon or something. Yeah, it was like, it was centered around water Pokemon, I think. And they were like, 7.8, too much water. Which is just, I mean, they're just, IGN have some horrible takes. They're so bad. Can't think of any game I'd give a straight 9.8 out of 10 and I'm a generous person. Honestly, the only game... I'm trying to think what... Because I don't believe in a 10, but I also don't believe in a 0. I think both of those... Because the problem is, a 10 leaves no... A 10 assumes it is perfect. It is the perfect game, and there is nothing that can be better than it. And I think there's always a bit of room for movement. I mean, I guess something eventually has to be a 10, otherwise there's no point in the scale. But I find it very hard to give a 10 because, again, it assumes perfection. And then also, on the other end of the scale, 0 is a stupid score. A 0 is worse than giving a 10. 0 is the stupidest score you could give. Because if the game opens, if the game plays, if there is gameplay to be had, if you can play the game, it is at least a 1. It's a game. It may not be a good game, but it exists. Therefore, it has to at least be a 1. Or like a 5%, like a 0.5 or something. A 0 is meaningless. But the closest... I don't know, because I don't want to do like... I don't want to give recency bias. I don't want to subject myself, or I don't want to fall to the recency bias. But certainly, Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the closest things that I would put to a 10. I think that would be up between a 9.5 and a 10. I don't think it's a 10, but it's basically as close as I can think that I could get to being a 10. I mean, IGN is just first on Google when you put the word review on a game. Yeah, well, they're so... They built their whole brand on that, and they're like... They're a big... Like, they're pretty big in that space. That's what they do, and they're... I don't want to use the word reputable, because I don't know that they're reputable, but they're... A lot of people know who they are, basically. But also a lot of people know that their reviews are bollocks. Half their reviews are absolute bollocks. Like, they've obviously given some good reviews. They have to. They have to have, you know, infinite monkeys, infinite typewriters. But there's been a lot of, like, hot takes from the IGN press. Did they pay them for a review? No, I just think they're just idiots. I don't think they're... I think they just don't know what they're talking about. Tetris is a 10? It's a timeless classic. Wait, are you saying in your opinion Tetris is a 10? Or are you saying, like, on Metacritic it's a 10? They're popular. Yeah, they're popular. It doesn't mean that they're good. Or that they have any idea what they're talking about. Yeah, I don't know that... You call Tetris a 10. I think it'd be... For its contribution to the gaming, or like to gaming as a whole, I think it definitely deserves to be high 9s. But I don't know, especially from my bias of games that I would play and enjoy, I don't think I could class it much higher than a 9, maybe 9.5. Nothing to add, it's a simple formula that works. I think some Tetris clones are lacking. Oh, absolutely. It has to be the OG. The other ones are just like... You can tell that they're just trying too hard to be the original. Or a lot better than the original, and always failing. Now I'm curious. What games would... I'm trying to think what... So, I mean, even like Skyrim has got to be... I mean, this is one of the reasons I don't really believe in doing like score ratings in general, because goalposts shift, standards change, and something that was originally like, how are you scoring it? Are you scoring it how it was at the time, or how it will always be? Like a game, you know, Tetris for example, if you say Tetris is a 10, is that a 10 because it's, you know, it's the best thing ever, or 10 because it was the best thing ever at the time, or 10 because of the contribution that it made furthering things, you know, in the gaming community and stuff like that? How do you determine the scale? Because like for instance, a good example of that, and I've used it before, Super Mario 64. A lot of people would probably say that game was basically a 9 or a 10. But I challenge you to play that, the original version of that, against any modern game. If, well, you couldn't do it unbiased but say somebody that's never played those two things. Get someone to play both of those games and tell me that Super Mario 64 wouldn't be rated a lot lower. Like, a lot lower than what people nostalgically remember it as. I don't think I would rate the same of Frogger, Space Invaders, Pong, etc. Yeah, and And that's one of the reasons why it's like hard to use a rating system at all, like a number rating system, because what determines that they shouldn't get that same sort of treatment, because they're very similar in the fact that they're simple, they're very formative to gaming as a whole, but is it because you don't like them as much? Which is, you know, completely fair reason to rate something lower. It's your personal opinion, absolutely. But then, why Tetris? I mean, for what it was at the time it came out, comparing it to new games now is hard. Tetris is 39 years old. Exactly, that's exactly my point. Is a 10 from 39 years ago, does that now mean that it's only a 4? Or does it retain its 10? But then, are those values the same? Like, surely a 10 from back then, if directly compared to a 10 now, wouldn't have as much value. But then the scale is meaningless if the value is not the same. But then how does that work? Tetris doesn't need graphics or story. It's just a simple game. It can be black and white and just work. Oh no, absolutely. I don't disagree with you. It's just, I mean, it's all arbitrary. It's all arbitrary, and that's why I, yeah, like if I was ever to do reviews on the channel, if I ever had time, basically, to do reviews on YouTube or on Twitch or anything, I would specifically not give number reviews, because aside from the fact that people can then turn around and be like, you gave this game a 7.8 and then you gave this game an 8.8, but the other one was actually better than the one that you gave the rating for the lower amount. Aside from that, it would be a waste of time, and I would be constantly second guessing the order of what it should be, and then I don't want to like retroactively change stuff. But when new stuff comes along that is better, I don't want to, like, am I shifting the scale then? Or am I then saying that this new game that I think is really, really good is now only as good as the one that I said was really, really good 5 years ago, and now, well, actually this one is definitely better than that one, but I rated them both 8. But that's because the goalposts shifted. I think Tetris is probably the only game I would give a 10. Yeah, fair enough. I played a decent amount of Tetris. I enjoy a bit of Tetris. The one that was pre-installed on PCs. The clicking one with numbers? Oh, Minesweeper. Yeah, Minesweeper. What, you'd give that a 10? Is that what you're saying? Or are you just saying that they had them back then? They had that game back then? Because I certainly wouldn't give that a 10. Ratings are problematic. Yeah. Well, it's impossible to... It's impossible to be consistent. Unless you're somehow defining what the numbers mean, Mason, and how and if the numbers shift and change as new things, as like technology and genres and different things and gaming evolves. Games that you could replay and learn simply how they had these games pre-installed on PCs to teach users how to use a bloody mouse. Yeah, and that sort of thing also, you know, potentially adds into how someone might score it. Oh, it helps me learn. It's, you know, fundamental for other things. Therefore, does that give it a higher rating? Or is it only about the enjoyment of the game? I love Minesweeper. Man, I'm too stupid for Minesweeper. I know there's a whole system to it, like, you know, if there's a 2, then it means there's certain, like, there's 2 of them nearby and certain things, like, you can tell from what one is where to where the other ones are, but I just play it and I'm like, eh. Can't do it. Too stupid. Probably not, but it fits in that category of old games we replayed a lot and played at that time. And all played at that time. Yeah. But probably a large reason that that's the case is because there wasn't anything else. Because if you had, let's say, Satisfactory or Skyrim or, I don't know, Minecraft or something, you'd sure as hell be playing that over Minesweeper, and you'd look at Minesweeper and be like, that's all we can do? No, we can do this. This is way better. But that would be a completely unfair comparison because one of them is, you know, way in the future. But then we're still using the same skin. Unfortunately, I don't feel comfortable playing Tetris on a modern phone as I feel I need physical buttons to play it properly. Yeah, unless I've got, at the very least, a keyboard, but also like an NES controller. I don't think I wouldn't really play it either. Because I don't like phone gaming pretty much at all. But certainly not for like something like that where you need that accuracy and acuity, because I would just fat finger it all over the place. We actually have kind of finished Satisfactory for the moment. Yeah, did you end up getting to the end of the tech tree in that, or no? The old Nokias were great for it, but touchscreens aren't great for accuracy with my fat fingers. Man, I have so much trouble typing on like just a normal smartphone. It actually drives me up the wall. Like the amount of times where I'll be trying to just type something very simple and like I'll definitely be pressing the right spot and then it will just be like typing things all like just all around that spot. And I've had a number of times where I've just been like, you know what? I actually long for the days of when we had the slide phones, where I could slide out a keyboard and type on physical buttons. And I know I sound like the oldest man alive, but goddamn, I've actually had, and I knew it back then. I knew it back then that when these new fandangled touchscreens were coming in, that it was gonna be, I wasn't gonna like them. And they weren't gonna work very well. And they weren't gonna be very accurate. And even once they were more accurate, I knew I was still gonna have problems like this. And I knew the physical buttons was always gonna be 1,000 times easier for me to type on than using a touchscreen. And like 10 years later, they've improved like 100 times. And I still can't type on them very well at all, and would much prefer to have a physical slide-out keyboard where I could actually type things properly. Because I always end up having to just go back and like adjust the words that it's put in there, because they're always just like a B for a V, a T for a Y, an O for a P, and it ends up taking me forever to type a text because I just can't get it to do what I want. And we haven't finished the tech tree as it's crazy amounts of parts to unlock the final hurdle, but I know there isn't anything after it but a pat on the back, so I'm kind of waiting for a major update before I return to it. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I find it like super hard to play games where I don't have some sort of big reward at the end, or a decent enough reward at the end. It's the very reason why when playing things like Skyrim and Oblivion and things like that, I will play through all of the side quests first, because I know the second I finish the main quest, I have literally zero motivation to keep playing and do any of the other stuff. So if I haven't finished all the side quests that I want to do, I'm never going to do them. So I always do them first. We finished Christmas. We just have to open up Christmas calendar. I see. I use my autocorrect prompts a lot on touchscreens to type. So do I. And it still takes ages. And it still just doesn't work very well a lot of the time. I see people that can do the... where you press and drag. And you just like drag a word somehow over the thing. And I'm just like... I genuinely don't even understand how that works. Am I just supposed to like... start at the first letter of that word and then end at the last letter? Like, am I supposed to get the letter? I don't know how it works. And the only couple times I've tried it, it hasn't worked. So I just turn it off and just go, I'm just going to type and going to get it wrong and get frustrated and use the autocorrect and just that. Just be annoyed at it. I've used drag in the past, but I don't use it normally. It hurts my little pea brain. I can't get it to work properly. Anyway, it's midnight. We like sort of struggled through the middle, and then when we got talking at the end there, and then kept going. It helps with the raids and stuff as well. So we should probably start to wrap up. Much faster on keyboard as I can type without looking. Yeah, me too. Like, literally, like, probably 15 times faster. You hover over each letter you would want. So you just swipe along. Yeah, I mean, you say that, but that means almost nothing to me. I try to do it and it doesn't work. This is why I'll go to the computer and like open up Messenger, the Messenger app via Facebook on the computer rather than type it on my phone on the couch. If it's like something that I need to type a relatively large message to, because I can just be like, done. Whereas on the phone, it will just take me forever. I think games like GTA helped my touch typing as I used cheats when I was playing. We used to use cheats. Nice. I need to know how to type. I want God mode. So in order to gain health, I had to quickly type out a code. Yeah, I mean, we did an actual touch typing course, I think. But... I mean, whatever gets you there. Yeah, you type without lifting your finger. Yeah, like I know it's like a press and drag, but the couple times I've tried it, it just hasn't worked properly. It's just ended up with some ridiculous words that hasn't been what I've intended to type. I wouldn't use God mode, but I would spawn guns and stuff. Just spawn in. Do you spawn in tanks and everything? That's fun. All right, I'm gonna do a last call before we wrap up, as the ad's just about to finish, and I'm gonna run through the schedule, and we're gonna raid out. For anyone that hasn't donated yet, the Jingle Jam. Oh my goodness, this thing gets caught on everything. The Jingle Jam is finishing up very soon, I think. I think it will end in a couple of hours, actually. I think it will end in a couple of hours. If you want to donate to the charity and you want to you want to get yourself a whole stack of games for doing so, it is £35. The link has been put in the chat. You donate £35 and you get yourself 70 plus games, and they're valued over £1,000 worth of games. There's some real bangers in there, including games like Tabs, Train Valley 2 someone was playing earlier, Buggos was great fun, Tinytopia, Homeworld, the Homeworld collection, which is actually kind of relatively big game. There's a whole bunch of good games in there. You can also donate smaller amounts. But as I said, it is wrapping up shortly, so if you want to do it, you have to do it right now. Unfortunately we didn't reach the 200, but that's fine. We got 127 pounds. That's nothing to sneeze at. That will go directly to the charities, and it will help people that need it, which is amazing. And I had a lot of fun doing this and giving away some games, playing some of the games, all sorts of stuff. It was good fun. Total raise £2,492,114 pounds and 5 pence. It's actually considerably lower than last year. I mean, it's a bloody fair effort. Last year, I think it was like 3.6. So it was definitely a lot slower this year. But, man, fair effort though. And to be fair, they used to do it for like a month. So I think they sort of condensed it into 2 weeks, and everyone condensed their efforts into 2 weeks last year and the year before, I think. But I think it might have slowed down a smidge. Also, everyone's probably strapped at the moment because of how expensive cost of living and everything is. But yeah. Donate while I'm doing my outro. Otherwise, the Yogscast is still going for like a few more hours, I think, before they fully wrap up. Schedule-wise, I'm going to quickly run through that because we are obviously finished the Jingle Jam now. The things that are coming up, we'll be going back to a relatively normal schedule. Tomorrow, well, today, but tomorrow, for simplicity's sake, we will be playing. It will be back to normal schedule, except that it won't be normal schedule because we'll be playing The Sims. I'm gonna play some more of our Sims playthrough, just getting more urns on the front porch. We've got more people invited around to add to the collection of dead people. So that should be fun. I'm thinking I'll do that for the last couple Fridays before we break for the holidays for Christmas. So that will be the Fridays. And then on Saturday, we'll be doing some more Starfield. I'm trying to think. We're just going to try and chip away at some of those quests. I think as we come back, we can do different parts of different quests because they forget, and we come back and we can do some more stuff. We just sort of have to do everything a little bit here and there. But we are still able to play it, and it actually is working. We kind of have to play it mostly how we want. So I'm enjoying even just that approach. And then Sunday will be my first break in like 2 weeks, and I will be staying at home and probably watching all the new Doctor Who episodes. So no stream this Sunday. We'll be we won't be streaming on Sunday, but we'll be back on the Monday with some more City Skylines 2, which last stream of that was actually super fun. I'm really glad that we gave that another chance, and I played it off stream to really get my mind around it because I'm enjoying it way more now. Tuesday, I don't know if I'm gonna do a poll or if I'm just going to have a look. I'll have a look and see what the options are, and then I may do a poll. It depends what the options are. If there's a few options that I'm like perfectly happy with doing, I'll do a poll. But if there's only like one choice that I really want to do, I might just choose. But at the moment, Tuesday isn't chosen. That's why it's called Tuesday. We've finished Fallout New Vegas, so we're going to choose something until then, in between. And then Wednesday, more Baldur's Gate 3 with the Clarence and the Johns. We've got our new squad. They're looking absolutely fresh. We're playing through where we're continuing now. They're all Berserker Barbarians. So it's going to be very interesting to see, because when we respect them and we had the Harem, and now we actually have the Beef Squad. When we had the Harem, they were like, I think they were mostly like wild barbarians or something, like wild something, wild class, wild something, I don't know. But now they're all Berserker Barbarians, so they're all proper Clarence class, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out, if it does at all. Just all rage all the time. And then Thursday, no stream. That'll be another night where I will be relaxing and getting back some sleep, maybe. And then that would lead us back to next Friday, yeah, which will be some more Sims 4. There we go. That's what's coming up. Let me just catch up in chat. When are you on holidays? I am on holidays from... it's... I know I'm going from the 23rd all the way up until... It might even be like the 2nd or the 3rd, but I'm not sure if... I can't remember if I have to ask my wife. She has told me, but I've forgotten. I can't remember if I get the Saturday, which is the 23rd, or if I only get the 22nd and then I go away on the Saturday. And then I'm not back until just after. So I know for a fact I'm going from Christmas Eve until New Year's Day. But I'm not sure if there might be a couple days either side of that as well. So it'll be sometime around that. So I'll have like at least pretty much another week, but then there will be Christmas. Can never have too many porch urns. We've got to fill the whole lot. That's my goal. Fill the whole lot. I wanna drain the entire town of possible Sims, basically. Possible new people to walk around. I want it to be a ghost town. Quite literally a ghost town. Tinytopia, Sapiens. I was thinking about that, but at the same time, I kind of do want to do something that's going to be more algorithm friendly, if that makes sense. Because during the Jingle Jam, we did a bunch of the stocking stuffer stuff that was very much not algorithm friendly. And the idea was that we'd hopefully get some more people in for the Jingle Jam specifically, which unfortunately didn't really happen. So it mostly ended up being just for you guys, which is absolutely fine, absolutely great, no problem with that whatsoever. But I think I want to try and get back into a normal rhythm with some games that might have a little bit more algorithm friendly nature, and then go back into the games that we have scheduled, the planned ones. FYI, just updated games list to put Fallout 4 in coming soon, and New Vegas is finished. Awesome, thank you. Nice, you added Sapiens and Tinytopia to Indie Gems. Yeah, I did that the other day because after playing them, I was like, you know what? These games are great, and I need to add them to the list. Say hi from the stream to your parents. They don't watch the stream. Should you add tabs to Indie Gems? Maybe. I think I was thinking about that. Probably should. Yeah, probably should. I don't think you have an algorithm-friendly palette cleanser. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, because there there are also other things that, because there's also like anything that's on Game Pass. There are some things that are more. There are some things that you wouldn't necessarily think would be algorithm friendly, but like, okay, for instance, TinyTopia has literally only 109 viewers on Twitch, like total followers on Twitch. So that was never going to get a single person in for TinyTopia. But something like Tabs, which I don't want to do because of the reasons we discussed before, has like, I think it had like 20k or something. And if you find, you do want to find kind of smaller ones, but not tiny. Because then there are people looking for it, but not saturated. So I think there probably is one that's at the very least more algorithm friendly. But I'll have to have a look. Landfall Games is an indie studio from Sweden that makes physics games. Also other games, sometimes funny. Yeah, I mean, they did Cluster Truck. It's great. By that I mean Merry Christmas to them. I will say Merry Christmas. Goat Simulator? I mean, it's kind of a one-trick goat, isn't it? After like, it's funny for the first 15 minutes, then after that it's kind of like there's not much to it. It's a bit of a meme, and then just, I don't know. I will look into what it is, and then what we choose, and then go from there. Anyway, let's do a raid. Let's raid Quali. I can't remember when we last raided her, but we're gonna raid Quali. She's just chatting as well. Set up the raid. Everyone go and share some love over in Quali's stream. Man, I also forgot, actually, just a complete, like, tail end message here. If you guys didn't check out the song, I literally released a single today, and I didn't even talk about it. If you haven't checked out the song I released today, it's in the Discord, in Bard's Basement, but it's also on Spotify. It's called The Lonely Road by Isaac Wright. That's my name. And it's actually pretty good. It's a punch in the feels, but it's a good song, I think, anyway. But anyway, we're gonna go say hello to Colin. Thanks everyone for watching. I will see you tomorrow for, what did I say again? Oh, The Sims. Otherwise, next week I won't see you, because it'll be a Thursday next week. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Music creation stream? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I have anything lined up for that, though. And having it within this certain time frame is difficult. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!